shipping changes.
Hey, good afternoon everybody, and welcome into the RockstarFlipper YouTube channel. Today's March 16, 2019. It's Saturday, it's the weekend again, and for a lot of us that doesn't mean a lot because we work 7 days a week, but for some of you, enjoy your weekend. And by the title of the video, I try to stay out of politics on this channel. I don't allow it in my Facebook group or Instagram or anything, but there is one side of politics that matters to resellers, and it's politically affiliated merchandise. And so a lot of us have seen things, especially from our current president, the Donald Trump board game. One of the most popular items inside of my group and on eBay and Mercari and pretty much everywhere is Donald J. Trump neckties. I've sold dozens and dozens of them. In fact, one of our very active members, Jamie, has probably sold thousands of Donald Trump ties. And the issue that I have with politics that you guys know on social media is that no one could have a discussion without it getting heated and blowing up. And so that's why I don't allow it, because there's probably some good discussions that could be had about policies and economics and reselling and this and that. But it just never goes anywhere positive, of course not. And so the only thing that I really allow is discussion of product and prices. And so a lot of people have a mindset that, you know, they hate Donald Trump or they hate Hillary or they hate whoever, and whoever the person is that they hate, regardless of what side they're on, they won't sell their merchandise. And so I have a problem with that, and here's why I have a problem with that. One, I don't take sides in politics. I think they're all slime balls. They're all there to get a job. They're all there to make money. They're all there for themselves. And yeah, there's some people that are trying to do good for the country, some genuine people, but for the most part, they're just out for themselves. So that's problem number one. But problem number two is, even if I hate Donald Trump or I hate Hillary Clinton or vice versa, or whatever my political views might be on certain things, I'm going to sell their merchandise to make money, because to me, I treat this business as though it is a widget. And by a widget, I mean, as long as the item is legal and not immoral or ridiculous, like, you know, something to do with a mass murder or something, which eBay doesn't allow anyways, then I'm pretty much clear to sell it in my own mind, as long as, again, it's legal, it obeys the terms of services, and there isn't anything absolutely ridiculous about it. Selling a politician's necktie is not ridiculous. You might not agree with his policies, but at the end of the day, he's not a mass, you know, criminal. He's not in jail, and some people are going to put comments, yes, he is a criminal. I know it's coming. But what I'm getting at is, he's not John Wayne Gacy or Timothy McVeigh or something like that. And so I'll sell anything to make a dollar off of it. I'll sell Hillary Clinton's books no matter what she did with emails or any of that other stuff. And to me, it's a widget. I don't care who it came from or what it's about. If I can buy it for $2 and sell it for $50, that's what I'm going to do. And the other side to it is, a lot of people, you know, they kind of, beyond letting their political thoughts get involved with it, they think that they're allowing that person to profit. And what you don't understand is, when Donald J. Trump sold his ties, I don't know what store they're in, Dillard's, let's just say Dillard's, he made his money already. The fact that that tie ended up in Billy Bob's house and Billy Bob donated it to the Goodwill a couple years later, and you bought it and resold it, Donald Trump doesn't make a dime off of you paying the Goodwill $2 for it, or off of the fees that eBay collects when you sell it, or you know, any of that stuff. None of that benefits him in any way. He's already made the money, and so you have to keep that in mind. And that goes for anybody. When Hillary sells her book to a book publisher and it goes to Books A Million or whatever bookstores sell it, she's made her money. You buying that book from Salvation Army or, you know, St. Paul to Vincent or whatever, St. Vincent de Paul, it doesn't affect her wallet in any way, shape, or form. So keep that in mind. And I want to start this video off. I'm going to go over to my computer and I'm going to show you some of the most profitable political items on eBay, along with some great old-time unique items that sold. But I wanted to start it off. The reason that this popped up is because a bunch of people sold me, or excuse me, sent me the listings on sold Donald Trump Bibles, signed, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, was this Alabama that had really bad tornadoes last week or the week before, and Trump was photographed autographing Bibles. And so you guys, whoop, whoop, Trump Bibles right there. You guys can see it. And apparently they were selling, people put them up for sale right away. Now, I don't know if they were legitimate victims or autograph seekers or profiteers or what they were, but let's go over to the story. Let me show you the Donald Trump Bible section, and then I'm going to go to eBay and show you some of the most profitable political items that you should be absolutely keeping an eye out on eBay for, or to sell on eBay for. And my advice to you is put your politics aside, put your emotions aside, buy and sell whatever makes money. And listen, at the end of the day, if you hate Trump or you hate Hillary and you buy one of their items and you sell it and you make money and it puts food on your table and pays your rent, you can thank them for supporting your family. That's how I look at it. Anyways, let's jump over to the computer and check them out. Okay, so first thing I did was bring you over to NBC News. They've actually got a picture of Trump signing a Bible. Now, this was apparently from the 2016 campaign rally, but some people were showing pictures of him signing Bibles at the tornado scenes down in, again, I believe it's Alabama. I'd have to check. But the Bible that listed was sold for $325. It was a 4.5-inch tall mini Bible signed at the 2016 rally before his inauguration. That if somebody had paperwork, of course, you guys might know Rick Harrison, the Las Vegas Gold and Silver Pawn Stars, thinks that it could sell for even more if he had certified signature and paperwork, as much as $4,000, which is crazy. So if we go over to eBay and we look at Trump signed Bibles, here is that one that sold for $325. Now, underneath of that is one that sold for $399 and another one that sold for best offer with $500. Now, there aren't any others that I saw. There's just those three. Now, the first two look like the same, so it may have just been two that sold, but you can see the signature is pretty much a typical Donald Trump signature on the inside here. And a lot of people have a lot of problems with him signing a Bible. And so either way, it made a lot of money, and it potentially could have made more money if they had the actual COA, which this one says it does. So maybe they should have gotten more than they got for it on eBay. Maybe they should have held out and waited for the publicity to go up. Somebody might have offered even more. Now, on eBay in general, let's go ahead and take a look at the Donald Trump game, which is the Monopoly version, is a very high-selling $150 to $200 item. Also, his original game, which was Trump the Game from the 80s, it's from 89. It's worth a good bit of money if you find one at a yard sale. Don't overpay for it. There's also the presidential wall game, which was kind of a 2018, 2019 joke, gag gift type thing. There's also the Apprentice game and the I'm Back and You're Fired Parker Brothers 2004 game. So quite a few games that he's had out. We all know the pricing on the ties. They're anywhere from 20 to 30 on average, some of them 40 and 50. If you ever see these black plated ones with the logos and all, they usually belong to our buddy Jamie. He takes pictures like that. They'll say his logos. He typically gets more money for his ties than almost anybody. You can see why the presentation is really, really good on his ties. He does these black backgrounds. He rolls them. He puts the logo underneath of it, and he just lists them really, really well. If we open this one, I can almost guarantee you this belongs to Jamie. He doesn't mind if I share his name. And actually, this one is daily #1 deals. This is not Jamie's tie. I am in shock. Oh, wait, that's because hold on. We have to go to the original listing. I almost forgot. You have to click View Original Listing here. All right, there it is. Pace Pickers, Pace_Pickers. This is I can spot Jamie's ties from a mile away. These are Jamie's ties. He gives the measurements, free 30-day returns. He charges $7.50 for shipping on these expensive ones, and people pay it. He gives the good little description, everything awesome, and you can see the presentation's great. That's how he gets so much. Okay, next I did a Hillary Clinton item, which I just searched for her items in general and sold. A lot of signed items. So if you've gone to a rally or one of her meetings or anything, or one of her campaign things, which is going to be harder to get because she probably won't be on the campaign trail again, she signs stuff while she's out there, books and baseballs and pictures, and they sold fairly well. Not a whole lot of her stuff sold, but when it did, it sold well. Only 2,000 items in the last 90 days. So you're talking about, what, 10, 20 items a day, give or take? Same story with Joe Biden, only 300 items of his. Looks like he'll run for president in 2020. Not a whole lot of expensive items yet. Some signature items, of course, always worth the most money if you get them. And then the same deal, Obama, 9,000 items. So give or take about 100 items a day selling of his. A lot of signature. Apparently he had a 44th anniversary Hennessy limited edition bottle. They only made 250,000 bottles. They're selling for a lot for his inauguration. Picture of him with Bill Clinton. The photograph signs again. Lots of him in Superman costume. So just tons of stuff. If you go to any of these things, get a signature. If you see any of these certified pictures, look them up. Political stuff is really, really expensive. Now, one of my favorite presidents from before is John F. Kennedy, and all of his signed stuff, of course, with him being dead and being this old from the 60s, 50s, and 60s, really, really hard to get. Golf balls, pens, postcards, books, all in the thousands and thousands of dollars range. So political stuff, anybody you see, whether they're a politician now, before, previously, the Bushes, the Clintons, anything might be worth money. Senators that might become president down the road, you might want to hang on to until they go up in value. All kinds of stuff that you can sell. So there you go, Politics 101. They sell. I don't care what your politics are, but make sure that if you see it, pick it up cheap and try to make some money on it. Thank you guys so much for joining. Thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel as always. I'll do a big giveaway at 100,000 subscribers. We are almost there. We're almost to 90,000, so getting close, and I can't wait to do that giveaway. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys later.